Good morning.
Good to have you on Fox and Friends today. As you said in your tweet, another slow news week.
And we're working that out, as I'm always under audit, it seems. But
it is our great pleasure to welcome the President of the United States, Donald Trump, calling in. And this goes to your argument that somebody at the FBI was out to get you, right?
And they were spying on my campaign, and it went right up to the top, and everybody knows it. And now we're going to find out. You have Bull Durham, who's supposed to be the toughest. I've never met him, never spoke to him, but he's supposed to be the smartest and the best, and he works for Bill Barr, who's a great attorney general. We would have maybe have ended this thing a lot sooner had he been there originally. No, I think this goes to the highest level. I hate to say it. I think it's a disgrace. A lot of it had to do, they say, with Ukraine.
But Mr. President,
it's very interesting. It's very interesting. They have the server, right, from the DNC, Democratic National Committee.
Who has the server?
Now, the FBI went in and they told him, get out of here. You're not getting it. We're not giving it to you. They gave the server to CrowdStrike, or whatever it's called, which is a company owned by a very wealthy Ukrainian. And I still want to see that server. You know, the FBI has never gotten that server. That's a big part of this whole thing. Why did they give it to a Ukrainian company?
Are you sure they did that? Are you sure they gave it to Ukraine?
Well, that's what the word is.
Mr. Sondland, in his opening statement, said that there was quid pro quo.
Yeah, well, that's total nonsense. I do want always corruption. I say that to anybody. Why should we give money to a country that's known corrupt? Don't forget, there was no due process. You can't have lawyers. We couldn't have any witnesses. Right. We want to call the whistleblower. Frankly, I want a trial. You know, I could have it.
You want a trial?
Whatever I want. Oh, I would. Look. Number one, they should never, ever impeach.
There was one woman who was in all of these testimonies this week who was sticking up for you, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik.
First of all, she's become a star. You know, every time you do something, you have guys like Jim Jordan and Meadows and all these guys, they've been around and they're stars, but they've been stars. Every once in a while, you meet a new star. I know a lot about stardom. I know a lot about it. I've made plenty of them. The whistleblower is, in my opinion, a political operative, just like his lawyer, who's one of the worst people in Washington.
You think you know who it is?
I know exactly who it is. Everybody does.
Is he still there?
Media.
Is he still there? Does he go to meetings? Does he go to meetings?
And by the way, you know who the whistleblower is, too. Otherwise, you're not doing your job. You know who everybody does it. If the whistleblower were on the other side, they would have revealed the whistleblower 2 months ago.
Mr. President.
But the Democrats and their machine, the media machine, the fake, corrupt media, they protect. But you know who the whistleblower is, so do I know it.
Who do you think right now is likely to be your opponent?
Well, I don't know if Joe can make it mentally. He's off. There's no question about it. So I don't know if he's going to make it mentally. If he can get through it, without cracking up, which is a real question. I mean, many people have asked it. Maybe him. Don't forget, people have seen his name for a long time. But Pete is, I call him Alfred E. Newman. To me, he reminds me of Mad Magazine Alfred E. Newman. I don't see him. I don't see him dealing with President Xi. I don't see him dealing with Kim Jong-un. I just don't see it. But maybe he is. I mean, look, I wouldn't mind running against any of them. So I would say maybe Biden has the advantage. I think Pocahontas has come up from the embers. I hit her too early. I came up with this name that seems to have stuck very nicely.
Bloomberg?
But they don't use it. I don't see him. I know him pretty well. He finished very weak in New York. He starts with, telling you what you can drink, what you can do, No, I don't see it. He's desperately, I'm sure he's going to run. He is going to spend, he's got the money to put on a great campaign. I don't see it. I think his time has come and gone.
Gotcha. They are calling on you to veto legislation coming out of the Senate that supports the Hong Kong students. What are you going to do?
Well, I'll tell you, look, we have to stand with Hong Kong, but I'm also standing with President Xi. He's a friend of mine. He's an incredible guy. We have to stand. But I stand with Hong Kong. I stand with freedom. I stand with all of the things that we want to do. But we also are in the process of making the largest trade deal in history. If it weren't for me, thousands of people would have been killed in Hong Kong right now, and you wouldn't have any riots. You'd have a police state. First of all, Kellyanne is great, but she's married to a total whack job. I think she must have done some number on him, Ainsley. I don't know what Kellyanne did to that guy, because I don't even know him. I mean, I met him for
George
second.
Conway.
Yeah. He's got to be some kind of a nut job. She must have done some bad things to him because that guy is crazy. I've seen this rumor. It keeps, popping up. And Nikki would be great, but Mike Pence has done a phenomenal job as vice president. He's our guy. He's my friend. Look, we have a great team.
Okay,
It's been a very strong team.
Mike Pompeo going to the Senate. Are you going to push him to do that?
Mike would win easily in Kansas. Great state, and it's a Trump state. He'd win easily. And if I thought they had somebody out there that couldn't win, and Mike would he loves what he's doing. But if I thought they had somebody out there and he came to me and said, look, I'd rather stay where I am. If he thought there was a chance of losing that seat, I think he would do that, and he would win in a landslide because they love him in Kansas.
Well, I am from Kansas, and you're right. It is a great state. I'm sure you saw there was a rumor that, you went to the hospital last week. It wasn't on the schedule, and obviously something is really the matter with you. So can you tell us what's the matter with you?
Okay, yeah, a lot of things are a matter with me. I mean, so the doctor called, sir, would you like to go out, because I had 3 hours. Would you like to go out to Walter Reed and do your first part of the physical?
Right.
I said, yeah, go ahead, let's go. So I start my physical, go see the soldiers, go see the families, did a little tour of the building, then get back in. On the way back, I'm hearing rumors that I'm in the hospital. Then I'm hearing rumors that I had chest pains. Then I'm hearing rumors that I had a massive heart attack. Then I'm hearing rumors that I'm not coming back. I'm staying at Walter Reed overnight and maybe for a long time. And I come home and my wife says, darling, are you okay? I say, okay from what?